Here we go. It's that Stingray. It's a real tight squeeze in there. I even feel tight up in there, and I'm not a big person. Alright, I'm all done with the Ford F-150, and I'm getting prepared to pull this Stingray out of the garage. And I set my camera up here because I wanted to get a good shot of me pulling out the driveway. But as I'm walking towards the garage, I look over my right shoulder and I can see a sheriff deputy, creeping up. There he is there. So, he parks his vehicle, just right out of the frame. And I assume that maybe he got a call next door, or he's visiting somebody next door, or he's possibly visiting somebody here at the house that I'm working at. And maybe the owner of the Stingray. So as I'm pulling the Stingray out, he's watching me, and he's gonna step in the frame in just a second there. But he's watching me as I pull out, so I thought maybe he'd think that I'm the owner of the Stingray, and that's his friend or something. But he's just standing there, just looking. So I'm like, okay, that's strange. I was just like, okay, something is up. So he's walking towards the car as I'm, parking it behind my truck to get ready to wash it. And I said, okay, obviously he's there to talk to me, or whoever he think I am. So, okay, let's see what's going on. So the first thing I thought about was maybe somebody called about me with the camera. And so as I exit the vehicle, he says, "You're not going around knocking on people's doors, are you? We getting complaints about people knocking on people's doors." And I said, "No, I live in the area." I told him that I live right up the road. And he said, "Okay." And I said, "But you know what was funny is that I was approached by some guys about 10 minutes ago." And he was like, And I'm like, "Yeah." So this is what happened. After I get done with the F-150, I go home to charge my camera. And while I'm charging my camera, I step outside for a second, and a dark colored Toyota Camry just pulls in my driveway. So, I get that often, so I didn't think nothing of it. I thought that they was, gonna inquiring about my services. So the guy gets out the car, he shakes my hand, and he says, actually, I think it was 3 of them in the car. I couldn't make out the front passenger, but the guy who got out the car to greet me was the back passenger, and it was a female driving the vehicle. So he he introduces himself, and he says that he's part of a company that's going to be based in a neighboring city, and he has some products with him that he wants to give me a demo on. And he has 2 bottles in his hand, some Dawn's dishwashing soap and some Joy dishwashing soap. And I'm looking at that like, okay, that's dishwashing soap, that's nothing special to myself. So I was like, okay, this must be a scam. So, I told him that, I'm busy right now. I wouldn't have time for that. I'm about to go work right now. And would he, he'll probably have to catch up with me later. And he was like, "When is a good time?" I said, "I don't know, maybe sometime next week. I'm not sure." And so he was like, okay. So he gave me his card. And of course, I'm not going to call him. So what happened was, these guys, before they got to me, they had been knocking on doors, and some of my neighbors told me that they were banging on the doors real hard. So I don't know if they were trying to, look at houses to break in, and trying to stake out houses and stuff like that, or get inside your house and rob you, or actually try to sell you something for a high price. I don't know what they was trying to do, but whatever they was trying to do, I don't think it was legit. So that's what that whole thing was about. They thought it was me because it was a dark colored vehicle, and they was just doing their job. And don't get me wrong, they was nice about it, and I wasn't offended. And another thing, I'll be washing some dark colored trucks tomorrow, and one of my clients, the cars that I'm gonna wash tomorrow, he actually got stopped too because he has a dark colored truck. So it was a whole big deal, but they actually found the guys and they dealt with the situation. I don't know what the outcome was, but hey, it is what it is.
One thing I like about this little thing is don't take long to wash. It's not dirty at all. A quick 30 bucks, real quick. I'm over halfway done. Spread off.